usually the way I kind of do it, or at least I try to, is if you're going to do color and black and gray, always do where like your objects that are color, you make sure that it's an object that's in color. Whenever you do like backgrounds that blend into things, that's where it gets a little tricky, and I wouldn't recommend it for like somebody who's a little bit more novice, because you do have to kind of know how it's going to heal. And if you're more novice about it, blending from, let's say, like, color to them black and gray that washes away to skin, that can be a little on the tricky side for somebody who doesn't know, the full spectrum of how things heal. So usually I always recommend folks, I'm like, if you're going to throw a color and black and gray and stuff like that, kind of pick objects that you kind of like,
right,
color up, like eyes or a rose and things like that, because then you have your bounding box to kind of go by. Now, color is kind of fun because not only do you have to then deal with the contrast between complementary colors and stuff like that, now you also have to deal with weight too, because color usually has a much larger weight than black and gray does.
Define, what do you mean by weight?
So, perfect example. So if you have, let's say, like a rose, it's about half the size of the tattoo that's in color, and the rest of it's in black and gray. What's in black and gray looks like an afterthought. Looks more like background, because the color weighs so much more to the visually.
As a whole in the composition.
As a whole in the composition, right. So it has weight to it almost. So usually I always tell folks, I'm like, if you're going to do color, do 1/3 color, 2/3 black and gray.
Oh.
So, because it's almost like double the weight in a sense. So like the eye will always kind of gravitate toward the color. So if you go 1/3 color, 2/3 black and gray, you at least have, your eye can kind of like pass throughout the composition a little better.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little fun.
Yeah.